One of the other common problems with these old radios is these tuning capacitors can get a bit noisy. Sometimes it's just dirty between the vanes, and sometimes it's poor connection between the ground of the capacitor right at the very end and the shaft here. To demonstrate this, the easiest way to do is feed an unmodulated signal into the set. Presently doing that, and if I adjust the tuning now, I don't know if you can hear this, I'll turn the volume up so you can hear clearly. Watch me touch the tuning. Hear that noise? Now, somewhere in this tuning capacitor there's a bit of dirt or a bit of dust. What the easiest thing to do is, and you have to be very careful with these because they're very fragile, and actually bending any of the fins will actually affect the well, it can actually cause the plates to short out, but it can also have other effects like non-linear scaling and things like that. But what you can do is you can just drag a piece of cardboard between the fins, this capacitor here, and this is the noise on the FM. So we're working on these wider gang slots here. Same here, and the same on this one here. So you just get a piece of cardboard that's not going to spread the fins too far, and just drag between the two, and just get out any muck you can. And then what you can also use is a freezer or air duster to blow out all the any dust that's in there. What you shouldn't use is any contact cleaner, certainly any contact cleaner with lubricant in it, because all that will do is cause you problems with tuning, and any resistance at all will actually stall the oscillator, and you'll never get. The only way you'll get it back in alignment again is to clean out the tuning capacitor with some clean alcohol. I tend to only do clean them out as a last resort, but as this one is quite noisy, I need to have a look at it. So the next thing you can do, and this is regarding the end bearing only. You can't. This is a contact cleaner I'm using here. Is a contact cleaner lubricant. You never ever spray that on, as I say, on any of the fins. But you can just spray it on the plate contact there that makes the contact between the end of the tuning capacitor there. You see, just a gentle squirt, and then like you would with the potentiometer when you cleaned it, just wind it up and down the gang to drag clean the contact surface area. And then give that a go. Get that nice and backs and forwards a few times, and then I'll go back to my unmodulated signal and see if that's made any improvement. Well, it's different. It's actually it's pretty much the same actually. So the next resort is to you need to actually clean out these contacts totally by getting in there and scraping all the dirt out, if there is any dirt. So you can actually do that. It sounds like it is that when I'm scraping in there. It could be that just this spring's a bit weak on this tuning capacitor, this end float spring. You can actually adjust, they have an end float adjustment, you can actually tighten those up, but that again is a last resort, so I don't really want to start adjusting that unless I have to. But you can hear there, it's probably just a load of muck build up behind the back of the spring contact there. Let's get some bit more light on this so you can see. Okay, you can see that spring, and then you can see the shaft and the vane capacitor. That's got to be a good contact, and if that's slightly dirty, which I think it is, that gives you that noise that we're getting now. So let's give that a bit of a scrape, see if we can improve it any. Hear me. Okay. Actually, it's got a different noise. I think this. What will have to be done with this is we'll have to try and see if we can dismantle the tuning capacitor. I really don't like doing this. And to be honest with you, once it's tuned, it's fine, but it's just a bit of annoying noise when you're trying to tune. The other last resort, as I say, is to try and reduce the end float on the capacitor. If there's a bit of wear in this shaft, it'll make the same noise as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, I've cleaned up the rest of the contacts. I've taken this screw out here, cleaned that up, cleaned there. There's also contacts actually along this shaft here and there. There's a bearing surface there and there. So I've also cleaned that, and that made a big difference. So that's not the sole contact, there's a contact here and here. If you listen now, I tune, that's just it tuning off on and off the frequency. No scratching at all. So yeah, it's worth doing. Just as I say, be very careful of these contacts. Don't get any of the contact cleaner on the fins, and you should have no